Acknowledging incoming hail. Docking Bay 1 is free.
Welcome back to Starfield.
Been up there, huh? Space? Must be cool.
Hey, newbie. It's a nice set of boots you got there. They for sale? I'll give you, say, 500 credits for them. They'd look better on me anyway. Nothing. I just want yours. Great. I've been wanting a pair like that. Looks just my size, too. To be honest, I might have gone as high as $2,000. I'm not saying I ripped you off, but I'm sure as hell thinking it.
If you see anything unusual or illegal, make sure you report it. Vanguard's here for a reason. We'll take care of it.
Always a pleasure to meet someone new. Welcome to the Trade Authority. I'm Marcel, and if there's anything I can do for you, please, do let me know. Our stock may not be as vast as New Atlantis or Sidonia, but I will do my best to see that you leave here satisfied. And seeing as the Trade Authority is the only fully licensed operator for the Den, I'm afraid your alternatives are, shall we say, slim. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I hope this and all future interactions are profitable for both of us. By all means.
We should be grateful for the sacrifices made by our military, not embarrassed by them. Hey there. Ain't seen you before. What brings you to the Den? Ah, woman with a purpose. Good. I like that. Don't worry, I won't ask questions. I know well as anyone that secrets ought to stay secret. Well, you're welcome here, so long as I don't hear you disrespecting the United Colonies military. You got a problem with our history or our heroes? And you can find somewhere else to get yourself a drink. Clear? Tell me something I don't know. You should have seen this place 30 years ago. UC's best and brightest were in and out of here all the time. But then the Colony War and, well, most folks don't like to be honest about that. I ain't one to turn my back on those who saved us in those days. And because I won't dishonor the memory of Vae Victis, business dries up. Ain't my problem that people don't like to face the reality of what happens in wartime. Man was a hero, not a traitor. Oh, he was a brilliant man. Just brilliant. Best leader we could have asked for in a crisis. He made the tough decisions no one else could. Did what needed to be done. Saved our asses. And when it was over, they turned on him. Called him a traitor and executed him. Just shameful. Well, not all of us are just gonna go along with rewriting history. Some of us remember. We saw it happen. Vae Victis sacrificed everything to save the United Colonies. That's what a real hero does. Well, now that depends. You support the UC? Consider yourself a patriot? Because I've got no time for anyone who won't acknowledge reality. Huh. Ain't a great answer, but I've heard worse. All right, maybe you can help me out. Had some posters made up a while back to remind folks of the good work Vae Victis has done for all of us. Try and push back against all the lies the government tells. I'd put them up here, but that's, caused some friction with the Vanguard pilots. I hate to see them go to waste, though. If a strong-willed, patriotic individual, such as yourself, were to make sure some of them were placed where they could inspire the people of the United Colonies, well, that'd be something. And there'd be some credits in it for anyone helping out the UC. What do you think? I was thinking the well might be a good spot. People down there might be more receptive, don't you think? That's the spirit. All right. Posters are in the back there, and you just let me know when you're done. Long live the UC.
I figure since I'm here, I might as well grab that quest.
I try not to trade in gossip, but if you have any verifiable information, I'm all ears.
Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Hello, Captain.
There's something we need to
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything. Hey there, new girl. Good to see you again. Can I get you something? Oh, no way. You really got it? I probably don't want to know what you did to get this, right? I mean, I want to know, but it's maybe better if I don't. You really do love your jokes. You are joking, right? Well, look, I can assure this will all be worth it in the end. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you have the first ever sample. On top of that, you get free drinks. Not like unlimited free drinks, but you want a little pick-me-up now and then? I got you covered. I need some time to work on what comes next. But this was the difficult part, I think. Really, thank you so much. Catch you later.
Hey,
Howdy.
Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale. Yep. Something just came in. Scuffle over at the Dawn's Roost. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps. Men like him aren't very generous with their time. They want you to solve a case without ever having to lift a finger themselves. Not that he'd be much of a witness, given that he was still half drunk when he got here, and somehow even more so when he left. Sorry, wrong word. Rich people don't get drunk, they get inebriated, which is another way of saying highly unreliable. Good. Report back here when the matter's resolved. A restaurant over in the residential district caters to a very fancy clientele. It's the kind of place where forks come in different sizes, depending on the food. According to the patron, the ring is valuable, but if I had to guess, not for sentimental reasons. Normally, when someone loses a valuable keepsake, they're heartbroken. The way this guy was acting, it's almost as if he lost a wallet full of creds. Let me know if you have any questions.
All this stuff is legit. Promise. Happy to make a deal. You need stuff, I need credits. It all works out. Yes, you did. You know how I know? The rain cloud over your head is all but gone. Here, for your hard work. With a Lady Luck back on my side, I expect the business to be less bust and more boom. And let us never speak of those accursed boots ever again. You ask me, the real new Atlantis. Take your time. I got all day. Hey, take it easy.
File says you're a professor? I hate math. You didn't teach math, did you?
Hazel, welcome to the House of Enlightenment. We don't exactly pass around an offering plate, if that's what you're asking. But we do run mostly on donations. And as you might have guessed from the surroundings, we try and stretch those donations as far as we can. We started as an intellectual movement built around atheism. As our numbers increased, we began focusing on humanitarian efforts and showing what humanity can achieve when we work together. Perfect. It just so happens there's a task I need help with right now. It'll be appropriate. I understand that no one should work for free, even in service of the community. As for the job, I need you to pick up a man named Tahir over at the medbay. He's recovering from some injuries and needs assistance getting back to his apartment. I'd like you to pick him up, grab a bite to eat, and take him home. I'm afraid not. Even after you're healed, it takes time to recover from something like this. Most people have family and friends to lean on, but Tahir has no one. On top of that, he's a young and prideful man, so he won't accept help from UC security. That's a touchy subject. Tahir's had several run-ins with UC security, including tagging, theft, and brawls. He also blames the UC for the conditions in the well, not to mention his own personal difficulties. And since he won't accept help from the authorities, the house is stepping in to provide some aid. In one of the poorer districts, near where the children play soccer, Take him that far and he should be fine. Tahir is prideful, and I don't want him to feel like you held his hand. You just nudged him in the right direction. Great, you'll find him over at the medbay. He's probably hungry, so after you pick him up, escort him over to Kay's. She should have a meal ready for him to take home. And thanks.
Nova Galactic.
I don't need your help. I can walk home on my own.
Suit yourself, but if you get lost or end up in a cell, don't blame me. I tried to help. Evening, ma'am.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know where the soccer nets are? My apartment's in the same area. I got a bad case of the brain fog, and I can't seem to remember which way to go. UC security offered, but I refused. Their help is the reason I'm hurt in the first place. I was arrested a while back for tagging. One of the officers roughed me up pretty bad, and I haven't been the same since. Really? Is this some sort of scam? I'll have you know, I got no creds. I've got some chronic health problems. Aches, pains, you name it, I got it. Most days I can deal with it, but sometimes my body doesn't respond at all, and I end up in the med bay. They put me on some pretty hard meds, and it takes a while for the fog to clear. The doc said to give it a few hours, but I'd rather not stick around this dump any longer than I have to. Not yet. I'm actually starving, but I think I have some canned goods at home. Well, like I said, I have no creds to squeeze. Ah, wait. You're joking. Ha. Good one. All right, you win. Seeing as I got no one else, might as well roll the dice with a stranger. So, go on, lead the way.
Always nice to see a fresh face around here. You stop in whenever you'd like. Do you know why this place has stood for so long? I make sure everyone's comfy. I tell it like it is, and I don't take any shit. Sure I can. Just tell me who it's for, and we can get it sorted. I've got it right here. Is this for you to hear?
Well, I don't have any credits, so...
Then you're good. I already talked to Andy, and this one's on the house.
Thanks, Kay.
You're welcome, kid. It's just good to see you alive and well. You know, there was a time when you'd be in here every night.
Things change, Kay.
I know. Believe me, I know. And I get it's hard to come out here, but just... don't be a stranger, okay?
I'm sorry. I'll try not to.
Good. I'm glad we got that sorted. Here's the soup. Be careful, it's a little hot.
Everyone's welcome, so no shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Keeps us on our toes. Nothing else. Mom, that's Kay, gets all the credit. Started making sure people felt welcome back when I was just a kid. She had one rule. No causing trouble. Everyone abided by it, put their differences aside when they came through the door. After a few years of feeding so many mouths, we needed extra credits to stay afloat. Didn't mean for this to turn into a business, but here we are. If folks are willing to pay a little to have someplace to feel safe and get a decent meal, well then, we'll sure take it. Absolutely. I'm sure my mom would be proud to have the place featured in an article. What's up? Yeah, sure thing. I'm Teresa Mason, and this is my home. My mom's the Kay who founded Kay's house. I grew up here along with the business. My mom passed the place on to me when she decided to retire. Running it is my pride and joy. I've put everything I have into it. Same as ever. I've lived in the well my whole life, and things have never really changed. The UC government promises to clean the place up every couple years, but there's still just as much crime and poverty as there was when I was a kid. That's why Kay's house is so important. It's the one place people in the well feel safe. Be sure to put that in the article, okay? I'm really proud of it. Business is steady, as usual. We don't tolerate violence or disrespect, so a lot of folks like to spend time here. The only thing that's worrying me is a new group of customers I've seen hanging around lately. They've been watching the UC surplus store pretty closely. I have a bad feeling they might be planning something. Kay's house has a reputation as a safe place. I don't want to be associated with that kind of thing. Honestly, I'd really appreciate that. I'd feel terrible if something happened and I hadn't done anything to try to stop it. Why don't you come by when you have some spare time, and we'll talk it out. Great. Let me know when the article comes out, will you? I'd like to read it. If you haven't, make sure you say hello to Mama. She likes checking in. Would you? I'd really appreciate it. I saw them hanging around the UC surplus earlier today. They sure looked suspicious to me. They've been coming here regularly for the last couple weeks, and all they do is sit on the balcony and watch the UC surplus. I thought I heard them mention a robbery, but I'm not sure. They seem to know I'm onto them, so they stop talking about it when I'm around. I'd rather you didn't. I want to make sure I'm right about this before we go to security. But I have to be sure they're up to something before I get the authorities involved. I don't want to get anyone on security's bad side for no reason. Why don't you do a little sleuthing for me? Maybe you'll have better luck eavesdropping on them than I did. We can decide what to do once we figure out if they're really up to something.
Everything good? We're here to help.
I've got limited resources, but I try not to turn anyone. We're doing the best we can here. That's all we can ever do. Don't have much of a choice. Can't afford to pay staff, and while I've got a few volunteers from the community, I can only ask so much of them. We've scraped by for a good long while now, and we'll continue to do so. Don't you worry. Funny story about that. You know, when people first arrived on Jemison, they dismantled the colony ship and used the parts to establish a place to live. Over time, they built out, and up, and up, and after long enough, they started to forget about the people and the things still down here. The walls and the ceiling have changed, but this place still uses equipment from that old ship. And it's here because not everyone in New Atlantis can afford Reliant Medical. A journalist? That's a surprise. Most people don't think anything that goes on in the well is worth writing about. I'd be happy to help if I can. Sure, if you'd like. My name's Talia. I was born and raised right here in the well. I've been the nurse here at the Med Bay for over a decade now. Once upon a time, I was a combat medic for the UC Navy. When the colony war ended, I came back to the well to put my skills to use for the people here. Things are always the same in the well. Violent and dangerous. I swear I treat more injuries here than I did when I was a Navy medic. Things are always rough at the med bay. I'm the closest thing to a doctor that the well has, and I can't treat everyone. The last few weeks have been especially bad. There's some kind of infection going around, and a lot of kids down here are catching it. It just breaks my heart to see. Oh, you're sweet to offer. There might be something you can do, if you're willing. Let's chat again when you have some time to spare, all right? All right, dear. You let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. Three gunshots this week alone. I guess we know where UC Security's priorities are, and aren't. Oh, you remembered. I'm touched, dear, really. Yes, there's absolutely something you can do to help. All the children seem to have the same stomach bug, but I'm having trouble diagnosing it. Pediatrics isn't my specialty. But one of my colleagues, Dr. Lebedev, is an expert. If I had his research notes, I'm sure I could diagnose the disease and find a treatment. I've seen an uptick in cases of sick children in the medbay recently. They all seem to be presenting the same symptoms, but I can't identify the cause. It isn't serious enough to kill them, but I haven't found an effective treatment yet. That has me worried. He works topside at Reliant Medical. It's easy to find. It's right between Mast and Orion Tower. Dr. Lebedev is always there. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'd go myself, but I can't leave the medbay unattended.
Ah, here we are. Home sweet home. I wouldn't know. It's not like anyone can afford to eat fancy down here. But thanks for the help. I probably would have found it on my own, but it would have been a chore. Oh, right, the soup from Kay's. Man, it's been a long time since I had a warm meal. You might say that. Before I got hurt, I used to stop by Kay's every night for a soup and a sandwich. It didn't matter how bad my day was, or how empty my pockets were. As long as I had my food and my beer, I'd be good. All that weight would just wash away. And to be honest, I haven't felt that feeling in ages. Until now. So, you doing this for me, it means a lot. Thanks. Likewise. I don't have a lot of connections around here. Not anymore, anyway. I appreciate meeting someone I can call a friend. Thanks.
Oh, wow, that watch is super cool.
Jake's is a good place to meet contacts. It's got the right amount of booze and the right...
Whoa, jeez, I thought you were, never mind. Don't worry about it. And I'm the one with the bounty on my head? Unbelievable. Me? No, this must be a mistake. I can't believe they put a bounty out for me. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Well, prison isn't so bad. Been there before. Would be nice to see old friends. I give up. This doesn't need to escalate.
I'm not gonna be stuck in this place for long. All I need is a crease, and I'll turn it into a break. You'll see. You want food? Go to Kay's. You want an attitude? Try Jake's. You want to feel empty inside? Get your bags and move in. Seriously though, this place is half doom and all gloom, which is precisely why I'm leaving. Where'd you grow up? A septic tank? It's about the only place worse than this dump. I'm working on it, taking the UC Vanguard exams, saving up for my own ship. You know how it works. It's just taking a little longer than I expected. Damn, hotshot. What are you doing down here, then? This is the last place I'd be. See ya.
I'm not great with directions. If I wasn't
No, Lloyd. Can't say I'll have what you need. But you're welcome to look. Ain't much. But take a look. That's so. Think folks down here are too poor to afford electronics. Not the first time I heard that line. Yeah, I get that kind of attitude far too often. You find yourself with any more commentary, feel free to keep it to yourself. Well, then maybe we should just stick to business, huh? Nope. No question, business has been slow lately. Not too worried, though. Managed to make ends meet for a good long while. Don't expect that to change now. A reporter. Fine, but I'm only talking basics. I don't like people snooping around my business. Name's Henrik. I own Apex Electronics. That's all I'm willing to say to some nosy reporter. How the hell do you think? Life's a mess down here. I'm not holding my breath for it to get any better. Door's still open, isn't it? That's my idea of success. Sorry if you were hoping for something more flowery. Great! Now why don't you help me out and buy something? I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
I help out Henry from time to time. Not very often these days. But that's fine. Don't mind me. Just a weary man, resting his feet. Maybe a little, but that's not such a bad thing, is it? Better than all the noise and attention topside, if you ask me. Oh, Henrik is an old friend of mine. I help out around here from time to time. But I don't just loiter around. I'm involved in my own business endeavor as well. Unfortunately, I'm quite old-fashioned. I only deal with associates that I know and trust. But if you do a small favor for me, I might feel comfortable opening my business up to you. All you need to do is pick up a package from Red Mile and deliver it to me. You don't even need to interact with anyone. I'm not at liberty to discuss that yet, but I assure you, it's quite lucrative. The contents are of no interest to you, and they're not contraband if that's what you're wondering. If you're uncomfortable doing this favor, you're free to decline. Fantastic. I eagerly await your return. Stay out of trouble.
Always about a million things to do, and I'm only one person. It's so overwhelming. Hey! Oh, you're not Carl. Sorry, I shouldn't assume. Maybe you go by Carl. You're just not the Carl I was waiting for. We're supposed to be investigating a power drain down here. People have been reporting brownouts for a while, and Mass finally decided to follow up on it. I can't be in two places at once, and Carl isn't here. So I'm just trying to look inconspicuous. We're trying to isolate a power drain, which looks like it's the result of a large amount of power being rerouted through various subsystems. But it's kind of a two-person job. Someone needs to find the junction boxes associated with those subsystems and power them down. The other person needs to monitor the system remotely. It's pretty simple, really, and relatively safe. Only a small chance of electrocution. Co-worker of mine on this assignment with me. Clearly not taking it seriously. Not really surprising. Most folks are fine with ignoring what goes on down here. Well, since you're here and Carl isn't, and I really want to get this solved, I will take you up on that. What I need isn't very technical. I can talk you through it remotely.
I'm gonna head to the monitoring station. The first box we're looking for is over near UC Surplus. You know, Antonio's place. I can contact you once you get there.
Hey, can you hear me? I think this is working. I only have a general view of things, but you should be near the first junction box. Look for it mounted on the wall. When you find it, open it up and flip the big switch.
Nothing. I say we strike while the iron's hot. I got a feeling that goody two-shoes at Kay's place is gonna rat us out.
She was giving us some serious side-eye last time we were in there.
See? No time like the present. We'll do it tonight. It'll be fine, trust me. We'll be in and out in time to make last call at Jake's.
Can't you see we're
pull
busy
this
here?
off, we'll be swimming in credits.
I've never seen anybody else try something like this.
You gotta trust me.
That's it. Great job. So that tripped the secondary breaker, and that goes to... Oh, wow, really? They wired it like that? Jeez, okay. Okay, got it. Next one is way down past Jake's, and maybe up a story or two? It's a bit of a hike. Sorry.
You take care of Tahir for me, okay?
Don't take it personal if I don't stop to
That
chat.
man's been
Lots to do,
through so
not nearly
much.
enough hands to do it all. Damn. I was hoping I had it wrong. I guess that settles it. We have to get the authorities involved before they can go through with the robbery. You should take this straight to Officer Endler at the security office. He'll look into it. If he gives you a hard time, tell him I sent you to make the report. That'll get him on your side. Head out the door and turn left. It's all the way at the end of the street. You can't miss it. Sort of. He's a regular customer, and I've reported crimes to him before. He's more fair-minded than most of the Wells security officers. Thanks. Let me know when you've made the report, okay?
You take care of Tahir for me, okay? That man's been through so much.
Something I can help you with? Whew. What I wouldn't give to be stationed in the Embassy District. Well, that's what we're here for. What's going on? The UC surplus. You sure about that? It's been a long time since someone was stupid enough to rob that place. It's a military outfit for one thing. Most criminals don't want to make an enemy of the UC. The guy who runs is pretty intense, too. He wouldn't think twice about shooting a would-be thief. That's so. Nobody in the Wells more reliable than Teresa. If she says there's a problem, I believe it. You can tell her I'm personally looking into it. That should ease her mind. Those thieves won't be so cocky with security on patrol.
If we pull this off, we'll be swimming in credits.
I've never seen
I got a
anybody
bad
else try
feeling
something like
security
this.
knows what we're up to. You gotta trust me.
We'll pick an easier target
We'll be
next time.
fine. If we
Someone
pull
ratted
this
us
off,
out.
we'll be swimming in credits.
That's a pretty big if.
Hey, act natural. Security's coming.
Nobody's robbing the UC surplus on my watch.
Everyone's welcome, so long as you keep your hands to yourself. Understand? No causing trouble in here. That was quick. How'd things go with Officer Endler? I knew I could count on him. He always handles this kind of thing fairly. Thanks for your help with this. I feel a lot better knowing security's on patrol down there.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
All right, you should be near the next junction box. This section isn't used very much these days, so maybe a little harder to see. That's the one. Next one's not too far. Dead end, right down from Jake's. Right under that apartment they've been trying to sell. Good luck with that, right? You should be near the next junction box. And if those squatters never cleared out, I would suggest avoiding eye contact. It should be fine. Another switch flipped, another lead to follow, and the lights in here just flickered too. The wiring is worse than I thought. I'm going to work on fixing that little issue while you find the next junction box. Looks like it's over near the Trade Authority. Okay, just find that and, maybe don't talk to anyone about it just yet. Okay, the final box I need you to deal with should be right around there. Unfortunately, I just realized you're in for a real tangle of cabling. Like 200 years of fill attempts to rewire things. I tried to fix it 3 years back and was crying by the second day. Gave up on the third. Anyway, there should be a series of secondary breakers you need to deal with before you can access the junction box. I don't remember the order, but flip levers until all those circuits are powered down. Wow, you got it. Really well done. You saved me like a week of work. Why didn't you meet me at the monitoring station, near where we met?
It's just too good.
Huh. Problem?
People joke, say those Varun zealots worship a snake.
Did I say thank you? Because thank you. There's no way I could have done that in a reasonable amount of time all by myself. Maybe in the short term, but overall it paid off. Thanks to your help, I was able to trace the power drain. I know where it's coming from. Unfortunately, the source is exactly where I was afraid it was. The Trade Authority. So that's something that I'll need to deal with. That'll be fun. If you want to tag along, I certainly wouldn't complain, but if not, then this is where we part ways.
No, I'm not feeling that bad.
We have an appointment. You're seeing the doctor. That's it.
Maybe some other time. I have that report that's due.
I talked to your boss. She agreed that you need to take care of yourself. I know it's tough, honey, but a lot of times the earlier they catch something, the better it is.
You're right. I know you're right. I just wish they wouldn't keep us waiting so long.
Should you find yourself in need, medical supplies are available for purchase at, if I may say, very competitive prices. Welcome to Reliant. If you're in need of medical assistance or require supplies, I am sure we can accommodate you. Well, of course. New Atlantis is a big place. Lots of people, which means no shortage of injuries, communicable diseases. But we're well staffed and do our best to accommodate anyone who needs help. Well, everyone knows Reliant, largest medical provider in the settled systems. They've spent decades advancing medical science with their research division, and have built an entire supply network to keep us all healthy. They've always been quite proud to work here. A medical problem Talia can't solve. I never thought I'd see the day. How can I help? We've been professional acquaintances for a long time. She's an excellent nurse. If the well didn't need her so badly, I'd have offered her a job here ages ago. Sick children. Well, we can't have that. I'd be happy to help. Let's see. A stomach bug. I've treated plenty of those. I keep extensive notes. I'm sure I have something that can help. Ah, yes, here we go. This should do the trick. I've uploaded some of my notes on common stomach issues in pediatric patients to this slate. Please, pass it on to Talia. She can keep it. And give her my best, will you? I hope everything works out for those kids.
You have to trust the science, the medical knowledge.
Please let me know if I may assist you. You won't find a larger array of options in all the settled systems, I guarantee you. Would you buy from someone who is not? I know what I like. I have a good sense of what most other people like, and the rest is just making sure they're pleased with their purchase. It's clothing, not grav drive tech. I will tell you a secret. I'm not sure anyone really does. Some act like they have it all figured out. And I admit I am guilty of that myself from time to time. There are, I suppose, a few actively trying to steer the herd, but most are just content to run at the front of the pack and act like they know where it's going. At the end of the day, you must feel comfortable in what you wear. If it speaks to you, what anyone else thinks doesn't matter. Let's find you something that you love. I'm glad you came in.
Hello.
Oh, your father visited. He seemed desperate, or excited, to find you. He left this note. Another day, another shift.
I flew my first
Ever
Starship.
run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like the...
So after an hour of whining, you're finally out here.
They're just sitting on the...
There is simply no parallel to the food you will find. I do hope you are enjoying your time in New Atlantis. The Dawn's Roost represents the highest quality, from the ingredients to the decor. No expense is spared. Anyone who has sampled our offerings will assure you it is all worth it.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio have been dining here together for quite some time. So it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. Well, the one who stayed with UC Security, Octavio, is a shorter man, handsome and refined. His favorite menu item is the Saint, I believe. The other, Hugo Fournier, is a tall, slender gentleman with a French accent. Excellent tipper, well-mannered, but a bit hot-tempered. I wasn't witness to any theft, and both men were wearing rings, if I recall correctly. Oh, yes, quite often. They had a usual table over in the far corner, with all the traditional accoutrements. Music, candles, wine. You see where I'm going with this. But this time the two had barely sat down before the argument got heated. Thankfully, security stepped in before anyone got hurt. I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon, but I would start there. Oh, I suppose I can spare a minute to read over this. What is this? This is... What? Not in the slightest. We don't even sell half the foods he reviews in this article, not to mention his palate is obviously unrefined. Grow some taste buds and a brain.
Read all that stuff.
Excuse me? Oh, I can't believe that Octavio. That liar, that manipulator, that... Yes, the man who... Wait, what? He's accusing me of theft? The nerve of that Lothario! 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter! Not just dating, betrothed. And I have the engagement ring to prove it. It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to calm my nerves. I picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's Roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us, then I went off! No, there are some things in life that cannot be repaired. Cheating is his way of saying, I don't love you. And without love, what's the point? He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. I think my lawyer would disagree. Either way, if Octavio wants to take me to court, then so be it. I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to pawn it off. that does sound reasonable. So long as you don't hand the ring over to Octavio. So you would rob me too. You're not giving me a choice, are you? Fine. I may be extremely agitated, but I want no part of a UC prison. Here.
I'm kind of worried the Council is going to give away too much in negotiating with the FC. My partner and I have talked about transferring to the same division. It would allow us to start.
Having a good one?
Contact for the job.
Beats me.
If you need patching up, we'll see what we... I've got limited resources, but I try not to turn anyone away just because they're light on credits. Really? Let's see. Ah, this is perfect. I knew Dr. Lebedev would have what I needed. I'll have this solved in no time with these notes for reference. Thank you so much, dear. Really. I couldn't have done this without you.
I used to be an actuary. Now look at me.
This was pretty low on the list of things I wanted to do today. So thanks to you, we've got evidence that the Trade Authority is behind the power drain being reported down here. I don't know if you ever dealt with the Trade Authority, but Zoe is intimidating. I have to go in there, but I really don't want to. You think you'd be willing to go with me? Just make sure this doesn't go badly? I don't know. I feel like I'm the one who's going to wind up in trouble. Zoe's got a way of twisting things. Thanks. That means a lot. I can do the talking, I think. Just be ready for, well, anything.
Just one quiet day. That too much to ask for?
A visit from Mast. How delightful. You'll have to remind me of your name, dear. I'm afraid I can't keep track of all the work or drones.
I'm Luisa Reyes. Well, you know that, because I've been in here 3 times.
Yes, of course you are. And what was it you were accusing me of with absolutely no evidence?
The power drain is coming from your building, Zoe. You and I both know it, and now I can prove it.
I'm sorry, what?
We traced the drain, checked the grid. It led us here. You can't talk your way out of this.
I'm going to ask you to wait here a moment. I'll be right back.
I've got to see this through. Okay, just be ready for anything. I don't know if she's going to come out of there with a gun or call in mercenaries or what. I don't want this to turn out violent if we can avoid it, okay? Believe me, I really hope I am. But I'll tell you, people in my division tell stories about Zoe. She's got a lot of influence. No, seriously. I really don't want that.
Well, Miss Reyes, I apologize for not taking this matter more seriously. I assure you I will eagerly assist in getting to the bottom of this.
No, you're not weaseling out of this. We got to the bottom of it. You are the bottom.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for your work, but I'd do a little more research before casting aspersions. Someone has indeed been using this location through which to route electrical power. It is not the Trade Authority. I've had my suspicions for a while, and have been keeping detailed notes, which I'm happy to share with you. For now, though, what do we do next?
Hi there. Wait, what?
Oh, for heaven's sake. I presume you've been assisting Miss Reyes in tracking down this little problem. Well, clearly there's more work to be done. Why don't you continue the work you've been doing with an assurance that the Trade Authority will compensate you for your time? I'll coordinate things here with Miss Reyes. With Mast's access to the grid, we'll find out who did this soon enough. And why. Presumably, you're the one who's been doing the field work, so I believe you'll find there's another junction box out there in the well that needs your attention.
Okay, well, this is not how I saw this going. For the moment, let's assume this is all legitimate. I can sort out the details with Zoe. So why don't you go investigate the next junction box? The sooner you find the source of all this, the sooner it can be over. Maybe Zoe really is telling the truth. Honestly, I have no idea. I think that's actually even more concerning, and that's saying something. Does it matter? Sure seems like this is happening one way or another. I don't trust her, but I'll keep an eye on her.
There are more important... Why exactly are you standing here instead of assisting us? As I said, I have been aware of the issues with the power grid for a while now. I've been taking notes, and Miss Reyes will be able to verify their authenticity. But really, do you honestly believe I'd go to this effort if I were somehow responsible? Oh, I'm not. I thought I made that clear. Someone evidently decided it was a good idea to try and frame me for whatever is going on. I would very much like to know who that is, and why they thought they could get away with it. I admit I'm also quite curious to know what they're up to. Aren't you?
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere? It's because they have little outposts.
I'm so behind on those reports.
So many
I'm gonna drink
facilities
nothing but
abandoned after
Terra Brew and pull all-nighters for a week to finish them.
I wish I lived on a spaceship.
Hey there. You should be getting close. Hello? Is this functional? I insist that you provide updates for any suspicious activity. Is that clear? And Zoe's here too, if you hadn't guessed. We've agreed to work together on this. Once you throw the switch, we can direct you to the next junction box. It should be near Apex Electronics. You can't possibly be serious. Are you looking at the same diagram I am? 47B is obviously the next one. It's on the same level. Zoe, I know how to read. Ignore her. Head for box 45A, okay? Trusting that a lifelong employee of MAST knows what she's talking about. Oh, please. I'm sure you can handle whatever challenge might be associated with reaching the box. You're doing great. And that was indeed the correct junction box. See that, Zoe? Yes, fine. Let's move on. Okay, just making sure you saw it. So, now things get interesting. I can't find the next spot on any of my current diagrams.
And I can begrudgingly confirm that she's reading them correctly. We've reached the conclusion that it must be somewhere on the surface, outside the well. Miss Reyes has suggested that this means it's somehow no longer her responsibility. I frankly don't care. I want to find this person.
And here's where I begrudgingly agree with Zoe. It's not technically my problem at this point, but I want to see where this trail leads. If you head topside, I'll pull the diagrams we'll need and contact you.
Miss Reyes is still collecting the necessary diagrams and blueprints to accurately assess the situation. Before she returns, I'm going to make you an offer. Whatever you find at the end of this path, you bring it to me first. I'll be certain that MAST gets what it needs. But I trade in valuable information. I suspect you're going to find some. I guarantee you the Trade Authority will pay well. Consider that as you head towards the residential district. We can't pinpoint the source yet, but it's somewhere over there.
I'm so nervous.
I think I could live on coffee if I had to. I'm meeting my girlfriend for drinks at the Viewport tonight.
What's even the point of doing it that way if they're just gonna change it?
What, at Terra Brew? I wish. Nah, I live at Athena Tower. Just moved in, actually. My girlfriend and I got a place there a few weeks ago. I'm not sure how long we'll be there, though. We're saving up to get out of New Atlantis and, tour the settled systems. Fine, I guess. Do we know each other? Wait. Are you flirting with me? Oh. Look, I'm really flattered, but I'm gonna have to ask you to stop. I already have a girlfriend. You seem great, though. I'm sure you'll find someone. Catch you later, yeah? Yeah, sure. Her name's Donna. She works at the Nat station near Mast. Oh, boy, is she a catch. She's passionate, beautiful, friendly. I really lucked out. We met a couple of years ago, and we've been going steady since then. I'm actually thinking about asking her to marry me pretty soon. Keep that between us, okay? I don't want her finding out before I pop the question. Oh, thank you, I guess. An invitation, huh? Yeah, I checked out the church a few weeks ago, but I haven't gone back yet. My girlfriend and I want to leave New Atlantis and travel the settled systems. We've been working our butts off, and my girlfriend is so excited. I'm excited too, but it's still a little scary, you know? We've been in New Atlantis all our lives. We don't even really know what to expect out there. I guess I was seeking out some sort of comfort from the church. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't want to disappoint anyone in case I stop going. The church was interesting, but how can anyone know for certain that it's all real? Doesn't that bother anyone else? I guess that's probably why I never went back. There's no certainty. Yeah, you're right about that. To be honest, I'm not sure I'll visit the church again, but I'll think about it. Anyways, I gotta get going. Thank you for taking the time to deliver this to me. Take care.
Officer, what can I do for you? It's a lot of work, as always. People like to say, New Atlantis is the safest city in the settled systems. How hard could your job be? Well, safety doesn't happen by accident. It takes a lot of work and a lot of people. Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back? Excellent. I'm sure the victim will be pleased to know their property has been returned. You acquitted yourself well again. I dare say you might have a knack for police work. Here, take this. It's well deserved.
Yeah?
Nice day for a picnic.
Well, that's unexpected. Powering down that junction doesn't show any other connections.
Clearly, the source must be inside that residential tower.
Yeah, that would make sense. You know, I think I remember seeing a report about power problems on one of the upper floors. I bet it's related. See if you can get up there.
Well, it's official.
It's only a matter of time before they find out. Were you seen?
It's not like we're doing anything wrong.
You talk and get paid. I spread the news. You have another story for me? Hey, that's great. Thanks so much. Did everything go all right? Glad to hear it. I'm looking forward to reading through your notes. I can't thank you enough for helping me out. I'll send you a copy of the story if it gets published. There's nothing like seeing your name in print. I have a feeling we'll see each other again.
For a week. Then my boss will see how much she needs me.
Nice to meet you.
How you liking that laser gun? Pew, pew.
Can I help you with something? So much to see, so much to learn. News. And free. I don't believe there's ever been a more exciting string of words ever uttered. Yes, of course. I'd gladly partake in it. This is, well... a fair and unbiased source of trash, more like. The run-on sentences, the elementary sentence structure. It's a pain for me to read. I can feel my brain cells dying one by one. If this was paper, then at least I could use it as kindling for my fireplace. But unfortunately, this is a data slate, so it's literally worthless. Yes. Please, stop writing.
You got what it takes to tackle the business world. Fancy yourself a megacorp megastar? Then jump on over to Neon and apply.
Are you a member? I had this graph jump once, and I don't know, I felt something. Thought I was crazy at first. Oh, how exciting! Yes, I'd love to take a look. This is... I don't quite know what to say. This is just... Not even close. This is just horribly offensive. This reads just like a hit piece on the Sanctum Universum. It's offensive, poorly researched, and just blatantly incorrect. Not to mention, it's badly written. How did this person become a reporter? Yeah, do some research, or don't bother writing anything at all.
During the war, we had these things called Atlantis Side Quests.
The priests are collective. A collective of snakes.
What do you want? I'm very busy.
What? Let me see. Oh, yeah. I went to the Sanctum Universum a while back. I haven't checked it out again, though. It's interesting. The whole literally finding God thing is comforting to me, in a way. Wait, why am I telling you this? I'm not sure. The truth is that I want to believe in it all. The Sanctum Universum believes that God gave us the ability to grab jumps so that we can search for him and find him. If that's true, maybe I can find my dad as well. I lost him when I was just a little girl. I can barely remember him. Because if it all ends up not being real, I'd be devastated. I don't need a lecture from you. Listen, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'll go back if I want to.
Keeper Aquilus, I didn't think I'd like the Sanctum, but it's pretty calming. Great. How'd it go? I don't know if I would go so far as saying that there was a lesson to be learned, but hopefully, if you talked with them, you noticed that each person had a different reason for visiting the Sanctum Universum. The diverse backgrounds and perspectives of each of our visitors and members is what makes our community so great. We support, challenge, educate, and comfort one another. At the end of the day, the church is trying to build a community. It doesn't matter what you believe or what your background is. All are welcome here. I'm glad to hear that. Sometimes people just need a little reminder that they're always welcome here. Here, your payments as promised. Thank you for taking the time to do this. And I hope to see you around the church too.
Is there a type of weapon combat tech won't make?
United Colonies to the best of your abilities and loyalty, self-reliance in all your actions as members of the United Colonies Navy.
I do.
Then I'm proud to welcome you to the Vanguard. Now, you all have your assignments?
Hear this from me, but those ecliptic mercenaries? In fact,
How's everything with you?
Do you have something for me? How predictable and disappointing.
Thanks for all that work. You can give me what you found now. So you tracked it down. You've got something to show for it? Great. I'll get this back to Mass for analysis. I'm not stupid. I know Zoe probably made you an offer. I appreciate that you didn't take it, and I'm really glad we got to work together on this. So, looks like maybe someone thought they could hack into Calibank's system. In fact, looks like maybe they did. Still want to claim you had nothing to do with this, Zoe?
My dear, why in the world would I want to break the law? And Galbank, no less. I do quite enough business with them as it is.
All right. Well, I'll have some people look over this. Maybe they'll be in touch. Excuse me.
I very much doubt that.
See you around.
That your ship that landed not too long ago? Sure is something.
contact for the job?
I don't know.
Kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
Hello, and hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew. How can I help you? Corporate policy requires me to state that everything Terra Brew offers is my favorite. Certainly. Please take your time.
I'll bet you're here for more small talk.
Another day? I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree? Oh, thank you so much. Soon I'll be coursing with bountiful energy. I'll be the most enthusiastic janitor in New Atlantis. Here, take this. I found it while I was cleaning. I figured you might find a use for it. Thanks again. I really appreciate it. Well, you know, it's one of those days where all I can think about is food. I wonder if my boyfriend will take me to Chunks later. Take care of yourself.
Oh, I was hoping we might run into one another again. Your timing is most fortuitous. I'm on the verge of something, but I don't quite have all the information I need. We're in uncharted territory here. It's inevitable. Of course, now that I understand more about what's going on, it seems plain as day. And yet I never would have imagined it before. The tertiary trunks have also liquefied their interiors, but they're not vibrating. I thought perhaps it was some sort of defect, but it's much simpler. They're listening. I don't. Not for sure. It's all a theory, certainly, but it is completely supported by the data and observation, like all good science. It's the best we have to go on right now. It means it is ready to reproduce. I believe this tree is sending vibrations out over massive distances and expecting to detect sympathetic vibrations in return. As of yet, there's been no response. I suspect that will not change, that a response is impossible, and that's very, very bad news. We're continuing to see an increase in the strength and frequency of the vibrations. I don't know how much more significant it'll become. If there's no response, the tree may vibrate itself and some nearby portion of the city to destruction. Now, as of yet, there has been no response, and clearly none of the nearby individuals are a correct match. While it can't be ruled out that the intended recipient of these messages was cut down during the city's expansion, there is one other possibility. Over 100 years ago, the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective emerged from the Narian War. As a gesture of peace and goodwill, a near-literal olive branch, one of the trees from New Atlantis, was offered to the leaders of Aquila City. No, nor in the short run, as it turned out. Of course, you can't just uproot a native species and plunk it down on some other planet in a totally different environment and expect it to grow. Clearly, no exobotanists were consulted ahead of time. The end result was wholly predictable. The tree died within a few short years. Clever, but no, not necessarily. The tree died, yes, but branches were kept. At least one still exists in the museum there in the city. If I had that branch, I could get DNA samples, and then using various data I've gathered, I could attempt to simulate a response. We could then broadcast that response and hopefully calm down our friend here. But as I say, I need that branch. I knew you would understand. The museum in Aquila City is under the supervision of one Miss Kassler, I'm told. I don't know anything about her, but hopefully she'll be willing to listen to reason and assist our cause. All right, off you go. We don't have any time to waste.
What time is it?
Listen, I have a lot on my plate right now, and you don't look like a new hire stumbling through their first day. Who exactly are you? Constellation? As in the elusive and mysterious constellation. Oh, wow. I used to read stories about you guys when I was a kid. Wow. Oh, this is perfect. Kismet, really. I have a business proposition for you that could help us both out. Very lucrative. You're a law and order type? Well, this is perfect. This job is literally serving justice. Gal Bank is the aggrieved party, and if you help me, you help all of us. So you see right through me. You've got a good eye. You are just the person I'm looking for. Well, confession time. I might just be a little desperate. See, the world of credit analysis, dealing with deadbeats and reprobates is, it's a tough field. What I need is a ringer, someone that can collect some of our top delinquent offenders. What I need is you. You work with me, and the fee you get will be huge. If you haven't noticed, and I'm guessing you have, the settled systems is big. Like really big. Someone gets seriously underwater, they skip the system. And it's a real pain to track them down. Sad truth is, we can't track everyone down, so credit analysis always has a black eye when reporting to the higher-ups. Oh, I can tell you're eager. That's good. But we'll start small and work our way up to the worst offenders. Yes! So, we got a Galaxy-class con man took out a loan to franchise a restaurant. Turns out, surprise, it was a scam. And Dieter Maliki jumps system. Now, he's holed up in a literal shack in the middle of nowhere. Can you believe it? The job is simple. Get Dieter to pay. And we don't want him dead. We don't want him hurt. Just close his account like an honest citizen. Well, I mean, yes, we're not the only ones looking for him. And you don't dome up on a dust ball unless you're serious about dodging your civic responsibilities. If he dies, then his assets go to probate, and we can get paid. So if he forces you into an it's you or him situation, it's A-okay for Galbank's bottom line if you choose him. But I cannot stress this enough. This is not the ideal outcome. We wanted him liquidated, we'd have put a tracker on him. Well, you may need to lean on him, scare him. Nothing illegal, just talk to him. And don't listen to any sob stories he tells you. Any job I give you, I guarantee there's not some poor sick aunt that needs credits for surgery. These are scofflaws, scum, flagrantly violating the terms of their Galbank agreements. I'll send over all the details. You find Dieter and bring his account current. I hate to end on this note, but you know, not everyone's a straight arrow. If you cut a deal with Dieter, honestly, I have no way of knowing. But don't expect any more jobs from me. Best of luck. I believe in you.
We gotta leave some things behind.
I think I got them, what do you call them? Private
be
sector.
scanned as you enter
Well,
the
that's
city.
where real money's
Please
at.
keep moving.
I want to be the next David Barron. Even bigger. Ooh, hell yes! Okay, I'm dying to know. What did everyone say? Let me guess. They were all amazed. Yes! I knew people would love my stuff. I have a unique writing voice that's sure to be recognized everywhere. Thank you so much for helping me out today. I really appreciate it. Tommy, you're going places.
Over here. There's something we need to discuss.
Captain Gabriella, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived.
talk with you. That tracker agent was looking around for help with something. Maybe someone else can?
I wish there was something more to do around here. Drinking
I have a
gets
pen
old.
pal in New Atlantis. We've never met in person, but she's still one of my best friends. Not to get all sappy, but I lost a son in the war. It's been 20 years, but it still makes my brain a bit swirly thinking about it. Just never got to say goodbye, you know? That bugs me. So I come here to try and get peace. Joy and Horace? I think they get along well enough. Sure, they argue, but that's a good thing. Disagreement's healthy. What good are your beliefs if you never have to defend them? Still doing things by hand, huh? I keep telling her she needs to act her age, not the stone one. But some people think being difficult builds character. Oh well. Let's see what she wrote. Oh no. I hope this doesn't mean... No, not quite. But the way this reads, I don't have much time. I need to go see her. If she's really on death's door, then this could be my only chance. Thank you for bringing me this.
Don't want to catch yourself with a loose grip on your equipment when one of those particle detonations goes off.
Please remain 2 meters away for your safety.
Can't wait to get shipped off to another base.
I'm just proud to serve the UC. The military life may be tough, but damn it, I'm gonna make my family proud.
They may have disbanded the Red Devils long ago, but we can still be an elite fighting force.
Is Mars treating you well? How's it going? Not sure if I ever wanted to be a Marine per se. This is just where life took me. Growing up, all I ever wanted to do was leave New Atlantis and see the settled systems. Joining up with the Marines was the easiest way to do that. Best decision I've ever made. I don't mind it too much. Things can be rough here, but that's sort of why I like it. I'll admit, though, that I'd like to be stationed somewhere else someday. Not that I don't like it here, but I'd like to see what else is out there. What? Do you mean I'm not miserable like them? Guess not. Yeah, it might not be the most glamorous post and the work can be tough, but it sure beats the hell out of whatever I'd be doing back home. Writing papers, presentations, doing spreadsheets. Nah, that's not for me. I'm happy to be here, and I wish my family would understand that. Yep, my family doesn't like that I joined up with the Marines, but nobody's more worried than my sister. I feel bad. Her birthday's actually coming up, but I'm not able to visit her. She's gonna be worrying about me on her birthday. Actually, maybe you can help me with that. Would you mind giving her her birthday presents the next time you're in New Atlantis? A bit nosy, are we? I'm just kidding. I'd like to know what I'm carrying with me as well. I'll pack some Sidonia souvenirs for her. Dumb things, like some dust and rocks and stuff. She likes those sorts of things. I also wrote her a letter. I just wanted to know that I'm doing okay and that she doesn't have to worry about me so much. Awesome. You're making my life a whole lot easier right now. Thanks for doing this. And tell her I said happy birthday. Take it easy.
Ugh, time to bust out the spacesuits.
Something we need to discuss. Eventually.
Ain't no way those bank robbers are getting what they want.
Hi! Please feel free to have a look around. It's the reason I started this place. I have artifacts that date all the way back to the time of Solomon Coe himself. Very well. People are proud of their history here, so we get more visitors than I was expecting. So it gets pretty busy here, especially with school field trips. Aquila City was founded over 150 years ago by Solomon Coe, a scientist and explorer from Earth. Along with other settlers, Coe built the structures you see in the part of the city we call the core. Those proud buildings still stand today. The planet was dangerous, so they built a wall around their settlement. Eventually, they ran out of space and started building outside the wall. There were so many buildings that they had to build another, larger wall, forming a second outer ring around the growing city. Of course, the city didn't stop growing, and before long, the third wall, the outer wall you see today, was constructed. Today, Aquila City is the proud capital of the Freestar Collective, and the Council of Governors continues to meet here when they need to. Most people know Solomon Coe as the founder of Aquila City and the father of the Freestar Collective. He was an astrophysicist who lived on Earth in a place called Wyoming. Solomon was born around the time people first started living in space. Later in life, he designed starships, and when Earth was in peril, those ships helped to save humanity by taking them to new homes in the stars. Absolutely. During the Great Exodus, Solomon came to this world. He named our star Cheyenne, which was also a place on Earth, and gave Aquila its name too. He and some others built the settlement that would go on to become Aquila City, and his descendants still live here today. There are some things I would kill to have. I mean, wait, not literally. But I would pay a lot for. You see, the Coe family lost a treasure trove of old historic documents ages ago, and those documents would be priceless to have here. Well, all of them were owned by our city's founder, Solomon Coe. He's more than that, really. He's one of the greatest heroes of the settled systems. These documents would be, like I said, priceless to the museum and to our guests. Their absence pains me. Jacob Coe and I have talked at length, and his great-grandfather was a troubled man. He sold off various historic documents to cover debts. They could be anywhere. If you find any of that trove of documents, I will pay dearly for it. Thank you. Think of the future generations that could benefit from seeing such important history. The museum is always opened. You. Welcome to the Co-Heritage Museum. I offer... That is not something I expected to hear today. I assume you're somehow associated with the United Colonies? I've received some odd messages of late. Several that bordered on being incomprehensible. Honestly, I thought it was some kind of strange prank until now. A bunch of gibberish about dire consequences and frequency modulation and genetic reconstruction. It all came across as rather unhinged. Well, I'm afraid you've wasted your time because I'm not authorized nor particularly inclined to release any of our pieces. That includes 100-year-old tree branches. Sorry, but it's staying in storage. Everything you see here is a piece of Aquila City's history. I hear what you're saying, but I'm afraid it's out of the question. Handing over that branch is starting to look pretty good. I guess I don't want to impede anything important. I can't believe I'm doing this. Please return it in one piece.
Good day, Captain.
To a lot of effort to find me. This isn't something you get to walk away from. You made a big mistake.
I knew we could take him.
Not...
We'll get them next time.
Greetings, Captain.
You're mine!
Captain Gabriella, it is pleasant.
I think I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching.